Hello and welcome, ladies, gentlemen, all to a very noir episode of this Rise of Flight career. As you can probably tell, I have contracted a bit of a cold again, and, well, this is the effect produced upon me by these things. It cannot, however, keep me out of the cockpit, so here we are. Having barely made it back alive from that disastrous ground attack mission, Vikram arrived back at the barracks of the 13th Squadron around noon the next day, covered in mud and dirt, no doubt, with twigs and grass in his hair, absolutely livid. Exhausted, but furious. However, this is war, is it not? And duty waits for no man, and cares little for Vikram's misgivings about his squadron, of which, by the way, I have many at this point. Today, we are being sent east on what I can only describe as a vengeance mission, I suppose. We are hitting the enemy airfields, 3 of them to be exact. None of them are the seat of the VHS, but then again, the VHS seems to have largely migrated into our own squadron at this point, so, well. That aside, the only other notable thing about this mission is that, having lost our kite the day before, Vikram is now the proud owner of an Albatros D3. Which should be interesting, because it probably handily outperforms the D2s of the rest of the squadron. Very well, let's get to it, shall we? I'll see you on the field. And here we are. A beautiful day, a bunch of beautiful machines. The commander, the Oberleutnant, the lieutenants, the Feldwebels, and we're all set to go. Sorry. Oh yes, and we have this little thing that we can toy around with. Let's set that to about 3/4 open for takeoff. Automatic mixture in this thing though, I think. There we go, the engine is upper. Let's have a quick look at the flight plan. After takeoff, as there goes the commander. We will head southeast once we reach the foot forest, and then southeast for a very long time. There's the lieutenant. And then, finally, the Feldwebel. Vikram Spearglass, still without a promotion. A strong tailwind today, at least up until the point where we reach the foot forest and turn to the southeast, in which case it will become a crosswind. I don't like having him below my nose. There he is. Now, since this is a very, very long mission, as soon as we reach the foot forest here and begin to turn, I shall make a cut and I'll get back to you intermittently as we meander our way to the southeast. Because this is going to be a long one, I think. A very long one. It's interesting to note that I can, even with the radiator open, I can go back to about 3/4 throttle, possibly even less, and still keep pace with the D2s. So there's quite a bit of power under the hood of this thing. The D3 is a beast. The only drawback is that you can't mount that 20mm Becker cannon that I was talking to you about before. But then again, with the Russian offensive going on, there's not a lot of balloon attacks in our future, I think, for a bit. We'll see. Maybe I'll wreck this bird too and we can go back to the D2. passing him. Not on fit full throttle at the moment. So this is less than 3/4 with the radiators about 70% open. And I'm still catching up to. That seems about right. Very well. We have reached the foot forest here. Whatever it's really called, I don't know. Don't particularly care to know. Even if I did know, I'd still refer to it as the foot forest. That's how these things work. I think I will enjoy flying this thing. Oh, and yes, I added a little bullet counter as well. Why not? So that we can be always well informed as to how many bullets I waste taking pot shots at 400 yards away. At the very least, there should be less angsting about it. I wonder if I'd be promoted if our dear commander suddenly met with an unfortunate accident. No, the commander is one of the few people who have actually been nice to Vikram. Did he just signal? It looked like he signaled. But no, this is probably going to be one of those long and slow patrols, which frankly could be nice for a change. Now, I hope that you will understand and bear with me if I am a slight bit less talkative than usual during this flight. My voice isn't quite ready to put up with any of my usual shenanigans. Thought for a second there I saw something. But alas, probably nothing. annoying our squadron commander a bit. Don't quite know what to do with all the extra power we've been given by the D3. We're about halfway there. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I got a bit ahead of myself. I'm just turning back on the squadron now, but it seems as though they are diving on something. They could just be dropping altitude for fun. I tend to do that sometimes. Flare has gone up. Let's see, what have we got here? Let's close this. We are about 3/4 there, I think. No, only halfway. So this better be important. We are abandoning the route entirely. Dropping all our altitude. Braking formation. Better be important. Is that a... My god, is that a bomber? No, it's just a DH-4, right? I thought for a second there was a Handley Page, but no. So they have introduced new bombers. This time with the gunners to the rear, have they? What should we say about that, shan't we? No, it's just a regular FE2B. Well, that shouldn't be much of an issue with the D3, I think. Not flying Eindeckers anymore, are we? Can just hang around outside of their arc of fire. And I think that's it. Yep. That was easier than usual. Yeah, he's done for. Alright, let's see if we can find the rest of our squadron. Back towards the northwest, I'd say. Okay, there's... According to the map, there's planes absolutely everywhere. Let's see, is this the thing with the airfield? So they should be probably above me. Well, I see why not. Oh, there's something. It looks like another FE2 though. There's the radiators again. I'm not going to go for the full frontal approach. There's two of them. Oh, bally hell. Oh, there's more than two of them. Bad luck there. Both of our guns jammed. So pretty good on ammunition. We only wasted about 200 rounds here. You're not diving, are you? Two can play that game. I think it's done for, frankly. It's going to crash. But let's finish the job. There he goes. Let's see who else is firing here. That chap. So let's attack the rearmost plane here. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. Trailing something. Thought for a second the gunner was dead, but no, he was not. There's about 200 rounds more put into him. Oh, and there's the chappie up there as well. Oh, then we can't have that, can we? Should be able to bring a few more down, assuming, of course, that we are conservative with our ammunition. Fortunately, the speed of the Albatross, especially compared to that of the DH2. I keep calling it the DH2. I mean an FE2B. The bomber shouldn't be able to outrun us. Thus we can make our shots count. Oh, there goes the... Oh, no. Well, there goes the gunner. And also, unfortunately, our propeller. So we shall have to make our way back as best as we can. I think a course straight west should do the trick. Ah, bad luck that. We got a piece of his rudder jammed into our propeller there. Our air screw was screwed over, as they say. Juncture. Close the radiator. Not going to help much, but every little bit, eh? I should think... bad luck, that. Okay. Yes, I see. So that's where we were. However, no, that can't be right. Looks like it, but it can't be right. No, it's not. Well, I am somewhat lost, but we are steaming towards the west-northwest. We should be alright. We can probably clamber back onto our side of the lines. And it should be easy enough to fix the aircraft. No need to change back to the T2. Because the prop was broken. There shouldn't be any shock damage to the engine or anything. Let's see, what's a good place to land? This would probably do it. It's not too steep. Could glide for a bit longer, but I don't think there's... So that's okay as well. Have a good solid road to land on, that always helps. Glide path should be just about sufficient to get us over these trees. Without stalling, I hope. Oh, no, no, no. Come on. Uh-oh. Math. Yes. And then flat. And we're down. I think we broke the gear, but... undercarriage is balked. Now the wing is messed up, but... alright, so maybe not super easy to repair her, but we should be good. And we touch down... oh, wait, all the way over here. Oh, that's not good. Anyway, time to put in a few claims for the FE2Bs, not the DH2s. It's been a shorter episode than anticipated, unfortunately, mostly because of some piloting errors on my part. I was a bit close there. But I hope you enjoyed it anyway. See you next time. Thank you for watching. Be safe.
Not so fast. We're not done here yet. Unfortunately, this time Vikram has crashed too far behind enemy lines, and within mere minutes he was found by the enemy and captured. Is this the end for our high-flying hero? Is this the end of young Austrian ace, Vikram Spearglass? Is he doomed to spend his last few years waiting out the war in a sodden Russian POW camp? Stay tuned as the story develops.